I don't want to be that person to say, check your privilege, but check your privilege. And what I mean is, it is a privilege to look away. It is a privilege to turn off your phone. It is a privilege to only care about climate change because that is the only thing affecting you. It is hard to have empathy about every single issue. It is emotionally, physically, mentally taxing to care about every single thing. And I'm not saying you have to burn yourself out and run yourself into the ground, but it truly is such a privilege to distance yourself from politics because your existence is not political. You may not see it, but politics does affect every single one of us, whether you are the most privileged or the most disadvantaged. Sure, you may be in a position to ignore it for now, but that might not always be the case. Anyone can become disabled at any point. Anyone can go through a financial emergency at any point. Anyone can be victim to a climate-related emergency at any point. So if you don't care about your fellow humans, care about yourself. Be selfish. Fight for yourself to have these safety nets in a time of emergency. But I encourage you to have empathy. It's kind of crazy that I have to ask people to have empathy, but please hold on to that. Don't let that go. They want us to be apathetic or even not empathetic at all. And it takes practice to keep that muscle memory up. It takes practice to put yourself in someone else's shoes and imagine what that would be like if it was happening to you. You have more in common with your neighbor than you think. You sure as heck have more in common with your neighbor than you do your representatives and billionaires who run all of these companies. You don't have to be best friends with everybody, but I'm simply asking that you care about them. I get way too comments of people telling me, I didn't follow you for politics, or you shouldn't be so political, quit talking about politics, and I'm not going to. And this video is specifically why. And again, I also make this video to encourage you also to speak up about politics. No, you don't have to be a professional, you don't have to get on the debate stage, you don't have to debate your uncle at Thanksgiving dinner, but simply share a petition for a cause that might be unrelated to the climate. If there's a petition going around, or a donation event, or a volunteer event, whatever it might be, that's not necessarily related to the climate, check it out. And truly just remember, it is tiring to be empathetic, it is tiring to care, it is tiring to pay attention to all of this stuff. So take care of yourself. I'm not saying, nor will I ever say, to like pull back completely, totally turn off all the news headlines, etc., etc. Stay informed, but you don't have to do it all, right? Just because you see 50 different GoFundMe's in a day doesn't mean that you have to donate to every single one of them if you can't. Just because the 5 Calls app has 50 different options for you to call your reps today doesn't mean you have to make all those phone calls today. You can do 1 call per day. So take care of yourself, find time to rest, but don't fully turn away. Come back to your community when you're ready.